Hi, this is Kelly. Welcome to my channel. I have 3 new cute and creepy DIYs for you. DIY number 1, 9 lives. So I'm doing 2 of these signs. I got these at Dollar General on clearance, late last fall. And I just painted the frame black. I taped it off so I didn't get black paint all over. I didn't want to have to paint over it with a lighter color. And then once I did that, I taped off the black and painted the inside. Now, I initially painted it this light gray, but then I went back and painted it sandstone. I wanted something more tan, but I wanted a light color because my image here, look at this cat, is printed on rice paper. Now, I had to do it in 2 pieces to get it large enough to fill in the space on my sign. And you see I tore the edge across the bottom. And I'm going to tear the edges all the way around both pieces. I marked with a pencil where to tear the bottom half because that's going to go underneath the top. You want as little as possible overlapped so it doesn't show. And the torn edges, especially with this rice paper, will just kind of melt into the background and you won't even notice that it's pieced together. And I'm just very carefully and slowly going around and tearing all the edges. And here's what we have here. So you see it only overlaps a little tiny bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the dry transfer with the my little iron. So I'm going to apply the Mod Podge and let it dry. And first I'm taking a small brush and getting inside the little crevices here and blending that in with the rest. And just make sure you get the entire surface covered. And you want it to be a pretty even coat. It doesn't have to be, perfect, but... And again, make sure that is completely dry. Now that is parchment paper. You have to use parchment paper so it won't stick. And I'm just going to hit it in one little spot to make sure it's not going to go anywhere first. And then we're going to just cover the entire thing with the parchment paper and just iron it down. And you just kind of slowly keep moving your iron around. And that reactivates the glue and presses down your image. I didn't want to have to worry about wet Mod Podge and it sticking in the wrong place because I have to line these 2 pieces up. So, this is just a small craft stick or popsicle stick. And I'm just very carefully pressing in between the slats because I've got to, I want those, what would you call crevices? I want those to show through the image when all is done. So now that I've done that, I'm going to reheat the glue a little bit more and I'm going to take the very edge of the iron and get down inside there. On both sides, both directions, and get those down into place. I'm going to run that back through again, make sure while it's still, while the glue's still hot, you can kind of press it down. Just do it very gently. Now, since this is a dry transfer, you're less likely to tear it. But in the next project, I'm using wet Mod Podge, and you got to be extra careful so you don't rip it. Go back and press it in. And then we've got the top piece. So what I'm going to do is take a little Mod Podge and apply it to the back of the paper, but just on the bottom edge that needs to overlap the other piece. And I do 2 coats. I do it thin because I don't want it to soak through and get the paper completely saturated. So I do it very thin and let it dry and do a second coat so I know I have enough. And then we're going to do the same thing with the iron. Just attach that bottom edge. And this actually worked. I was very, very pleased how well that worked. And once it's in position, it's on there where you want it. We do just like we did the bottom piece. And be especially mindful of the edges and corners they don't like to stick down on the first time around. You've got to go back over it a few times. And just doing the same thing. Now, I was hitting the little crevices without the parchment paper because that was just getting in my way. I wasn't getting it down in where it needed to be. So I was just extra careful, make sure I stayed on the paper and didn't go off into the Mod Podge on the side. And once that was all done, I sprayed a matte clear coat on the entire project. Now I'm taking some, this is Waverly Antiquing Wax, I'm sorry. I was having a brain cramp there. And a small brush and highlighting darker in the crevices just so it shows really well. And then we're going to distress the entire thing. Get the edges of the paper and, you know, distress it outward and kind of blend the edges a little bit, and just darken where all the paint's still showing pretty much. Just keep on going around. I want to thank you guys. I just hit 5,000 subs the other day, and that's thanks to all y'all supporting me and commenting and sharing, and I really appreciate it. It's quite a milestone. I'm very happy. But finally I switched to a chip brush that was a little larger and distressed the entire piece. And I've got this I've got all those little bats and leaves. I'll figure out where they're going to go here in a minute. But this was just several pieces of rag ribbon, torn fabric, really, and chiffon ribbon. I've got a couple of faint pink colors, and it's tea dyed. The rag that you see, the little striped pieces, are tea dyed and torn strips of fabric. And I just tie them together in the center, pull it apart, make sure it's going to lay how I want, and we are going to glue that to the top corner. Make sure it's going to lay where it's not going to cover up my image. Then I'm going to take one of these roses and place that in the middle of the rag bow. And now I've got these other pieces. I'm going to put this leaf down next to the little jack-o'-lantern there. These are silicone molds that I used to do these, and hot glue. Put the bat there. And you can do air dry clay in them. They're meant for cake making. I just glue a couple of those in place, and this one is done. DIY number 2, The Awakening. Here's the other sign. It's the same sign as the first project. This one's going to be more on the dark side. And I've got some spackle here. And I got these little plastic tools at Dollar Tree. They work great for these kind of projects. And I'm just going to add texture here and there. There's no rhyme or reason. And I'm just going to apply it and kind of build it up a little bit to give this some texture. And I'm going to do this all the way around the frame and on the inside as well. I'm going to do all 4 corners. See how I'm just coming from the corner and pulling it out? And it just creates a stone look. It really turns out pretty cool. You can kind of see up in the corners and just coming from the sides here and there, and just randomly adding it. Just keep on going around. The sign's actually pretty cute on its own. And here's another corner. I don't know why I'm showing it so many times. It's the same thing I just showed you in the other corner, but that's okay. And then just a smear across the top here, and it's hard to see because the spackle's not much different in color from the board, but once it's painted, you can see it. And now I'm just going to paint the frame black. And I don't worry about taping this off because it's going to have like some rough edges where the back meets the frame. But we're looking for a stone look, so it doesn't matter. Now I'm going to do a little wash. This is Castle Gray and a little bit of water. And I'm just going to go around and paint that onto the black area. I just do a section at a time and then dab off the excess. And just keep on going around the frame doing that. And you want to let it sit on there for a minute or two. It depends. If you're doing a dark wash over a light color, sometimes you put it on and off immediately. But when you're doing a light over dark, you can let it sit for a few minutes. And then we're going to paint the entire background with the Castle Gray chalk paint. I've also got a smaller brush to get in between all that texture I created. And now you can see where my random spots are. So here's my image for this one. Now, I didn't worry about making this to fill it up like the cat because I want all that texture to show. And I was worried, I'm like, is it going to look right? Is it going to look too small? But it turns out pretty cool. And this is, these are Etsy digital downloads. I can leave the links for you in the description. And I'm just going to tear all the edges as close to the edge as possible. I want to keep as much as possible. And then this is just wax paper. I'm going to apply the Mod Podge to the paper, and I want to be able to transfer it. So it's gonna stick to that wax paper somewhat. So you want to work kind of quickly. And we're gonna get a Mod Podge on the back. And we're doing it thin. We don't want it soaking through and saturating the paper all the way through. And I'm going to get it in position, press it down, and then once you find a spot to peel it, and you've just got to really be patient, take your time, do it a little at a time, and hold on to the paper. Keep pressing the paper down and peeling away the wax paper. And once you get it all the way across, it's a lot easier. There we go. And just nice and slow. But again, you don't want to goof around. You want it to be, you don't want the glue to dry before you get done. And we press that in place. And now we're taking the popsicle stick and we're really kind of pressing it down before we run it across. Because again, it's wet. You don't want to snag it and rip it. So I'm taking a little more care this time. And we're going to let that dry. And now we're going to take, this is just a small tip brush. And I'm grabbing all that texture with the dry brushing black to grab all that texture and do the edges to blend the edges of the paper into the background a little bit. And you see it's starting to pick that up real nice. Then I get a bigger chip brush and go all in between and dry brush the entire thing. Pretty cool. And now I'm taking a tiny brush and darkening inside the crevices there. Just going across that with some black. And I got this is some ribbon. That's one of these foam roses. If you've been watching a while, you've seen me use these. And I paint them with chalk paint, and they come out really fantastic. And these leaves are made out of this ribbon I get from Hobby Lobby. And I cut little sections out and painted it black. It's just like a brown color. Glue that in place, then I get a little bit of black Spanish moss. Set that in the center. And I'm going to use 3 of these little roses. I've got 1 full rose and 2 rosebuds. Hot glue. And I didn't glue the moss. The glue's going to go through that and hold it in place. And we're going to add the two little ones. I've got two of them are painted with black currant and one's painted black. Just gonna bunch them together. I didn't want to do much else to this. I didn't want to cover up all the texture, and it, you know, even by itself without the flowers, it was like, it actually looks pretty cool. So, and now this one's done. Very cool. DIY number 3, Echoes. Now this is just a little companion piece to that skeleton I just did, and I got this little slatted board thrifting, and it has a little stand, so you can just stand it up. And I painted it black, and now I'm going to rub just regular old white candle and rub the wax on it. Press hard and rub that wax on there really well. And then I'm going to paint a coat of the castle gray. And I ended up doing 2 coats. And once that's all dry, I've got this little plastic scraper, because you want to be gentle. And you're going to scrape away, and this creates a distress. That candle wax makes it easy to remove the top layer of paint. And I just continue to do it. This is just a quick and easy one. And here's my image. See how it matches? It's just a skull coming through that stone wall instead of the full skeleton. And that's in the same paper pack as the other one, of course. And we're just going to do this one this way. I folded it over out of the way so it's in place when I let it lay down. And make sure the Mod Podge goes between the slats, as we're going to do the same thing. We're going to press it down in between there. Press that down, and again, make sure all your edges and corners go down. And very gently press it down into the glue. And you want to work kind of quickly while that glue's still wet under there. And then I just seal this one with another layer of Mod Podge over the entire thing. And now we're going to do the same thing we've been doing. Darken the inside between the slats with some black. I'm going to make sure they show up. And we're going to do the same thing, only we're going to just use one rose, the 2 leaves, and a little black Spanish moss, and just a single rose. Thank you again for being here with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Here's my reveal. Here's my kitty cat. He is just too cute. Too cute. But yeah, you just put hot glue in the silicone molds and let it cool. It's a lot easier than doing the clay, because you want to pull those out while it's wet, and they always get mashed up and all that. There's my skeleton. And I think that simple, easy one there is probably my favorite. Let me know in the comments which one's your favorite. Thanks again for being here. Don't forget to like and share and all the things. Bye.